time for our newspaper review, and like it's the culture of the house, we're going to be starting off straight with the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, boldly in front of the Daily Trust newspaper, split in Hajj Commission, board members accuse chairman of abuse of office, and body's activities guided by rules, says Nakan boss. You find that story on the front page of Daily Trust on page 3 and 4. We have some pictorial representation there of the members of the Take It Back movement protesting against bad governance and free speech suspension in Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt yesterday. So there's some pictures there, displaying that. 6 killed, 59 abducted on the top left of Daily Trust. 6 killed, 59 abducted as bandits attack Katsina communities. Still on Daily Trust, why lung cancer is silently killing Nigerians. And we have crisis as Chief of Army Staff visits Plateau, sues for peace. And on the bottom, Take It Back movement, police tear gas disperse protesters. Still on the bottom left, road construction, motorists spend hours in Zuba, traffic gridlock. Again, truck kills 1, crushes 5 vehicles on FCT Road, and APC governors visit Buhari in Kaduna. Those are the stories we have on the front page of Daily Trust. Do well to grab yourself a copy and keep yourself informed. Let's take a look at Punch. Now, boldly in front on Punch, governors block council chairman from opening CBN accounts. That's in local government autonomy. Governors tighten grips as central bank rolls out stringent account opening guidelines. On the protest anger as police disrupt protests, deployed choppers. Top left, U.S. imported $643 million Nigerian goods in 2 months, says report. 78,000 Cameroonians and others sought asylum in Nigeria, says United Nations. And factional firestorm, Obi Abore camps clash over parallel neck meeting. APC governors visit Buhari amid associated defections to SDP. On the bottom, my selection as Alafi, divine not political, says Oba Owade. 4 arrested as JAM uncovers 585 fake A-level certificates. Fans, friends mourn 4 gospel artists killed in Ogun accident. These are the stories we have on Punch. Do well to grab yourself a copy and keep yourself informed. All right, now back to the studio, joining us to review, the stories we have on the front pages. Joining me in the studio this morning, we have the program director, the Daily Trust Foundation, Dr. Theophilus Abba. Thank you so much for joining, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's take a look at the stories that are on the front pages. A split in Hajj Commission, the one on Hajj where board members accused chairman of abuse of office. We also saw the fears that came in when Saudi Arabia said that of the visa ban, but they've clarified it. What's your take on the upcoming Hajj and what is happening in the Hajj Commission?
Well, the first, my first take was like a shock, because this is not the first time we are seeing this controversy at the Hajj Commission. At the previous head of the commission, I think 2 previous were accused of, mismanagement and corruption. At a point you hear also petitions flying from one place to another, and they call for EFCC to conduct investigations and all those. And now we are seeing board members, so actually commissioners, accusing the chairman of abuse of office. When you talk about abuse of office, it means that the man is authoritarian. Maybe he's doing everything all by himself. Now, if you have commissioners, you are supposed to table issues before the commissioners. Just like if it's like a cabinet. These things ought to be discussed. Decisions are to be taken based on discussions among the board members or the commissioners. When you have a board or you have a set of commissioners, it means that you must consult them. You are not alone. You can't be taking decisions alone. So when you say the abuse of office, it's a very weighty allegation. It means that somebody is doing almost everything on his own. But he's saying that body activities guided by rules. Now, as far as I know, these rules Perhaps they are the status that set up the commission. But even the implementation of the rules, you must carry the board members along. You can't be executing projects or programs, alone, because you have rules. The reason why you have commissioners is to enable you consult with them before you take decisions. Right. So I think there's need for house cleaning. People need to know that they cannot do things alone. And I think the government needs to look at what is happening at the Hajj Commission. This is not the first time. If it happens 1, 2, 3, 4 times, either that the law setting up the commission has some lacuna that the chairmen are exploiting, or that there's a disorder, kind of disorderly arrangement at the commission, which should not be so.
All right. Let's talk about Labour Party, away from Hajj Commission. Labour Party, a lot has come out to play. We know that the opposition parties in Nigeria have their internal squabbles, and Labour Party has not been exempted. So what's your take in, the factional storm between Obi and Abure Clamp as the clash over parallel neck meeting? We saw where the court stood on who the national chairman for the Labour Party is, and all that has been playing out. What's your take on it, seeing that 2027 is just, I would say, around the corner?
Well, I think Labour Party, came like what do I call it now? Like a surprise to Nigerians, because against all, it has always been there. Labour Party has always been there, associated with the Nigerian Labour Congress and things. But until Peter Obi got the party's ticket, and then went on campaign, the kind of campaign that we have not seen in this country, where social media was able to sell him to Nigerians. Until then, the Labour Party was like a sleeping political party. I don't know whether there's what's called sleeping political party, but it was like that. Now, they made an impact in 2023, and we thought that they would build on this impact. But the crisis in the party, the factions, has made it difficult for the party to come together and plan ahead. If you look at, let me use the example of Trump. Trump left the office 4 years ago, but over that period of 4 years, he was in the glare of Americans. It was very clear that he was going to contest the 2024 election. Indeed. He didn't hide it, and the Republican Party worked, to ensure that they returned. Now, if you made so much impact in 2023, we expect that you put your house in order and ensure that by 2027 you do better. But we have seen chaos, we have seen confusion, even among everybody. You mustn't be a chairman of a party, but you mustn't be chairman of a political party. You can work together. Anybody can become chairman, but you have to work together to see how you can make impact, reclaim power, or even, ensure that you have a formidable position against the ruling APC. But what we have seen, just like what you find in PDP, the opposition parties are disorganized, and I don't want to say maybe some powers, have entered into these parties to disorganize them so that they won't have the capacity to contest the next election, competitively.
But it is not really good. Party, still in the spirit of 2027, we see on Punch APC governors visit Buhari amid associate defection. What do you make of that? Well, I don't know.
The associate that defected, I think mainly is Erufai. Many other governors, APC governors.
There's still rumor.
There's still rumor, but the fact is that, you see, the SDP has a lot of work to do to be able to match the APC. And I don't think there's any governor in the APC who has the potential of getting a ticket for a second term in 2027, joining a new party. Not a new party, but a party that does not have the network of the APC. It takes a lot of work for you to say, okay, we go around all the states in Nigeria, convert maybe the leaders of APC, make them PDP or maybe the SDP. Then you now need to go to the National Assembly, because senators are very powerful, to convert some senators from whatever party they are to your SDP. It's a lot of work. All right. It's actually a lot of work. I don't think the SDP will have that kind of network that will create the kind of, the kind of impact that APC made in 2015.
All right.
And even in that 2015, they had Actually, they had even, set up the APC machinery up to 3 years before
They
before
were able
the
to. So the
2023
SDP
election.
still have a long way to go.
It's a long way.
Now, away
I
from
don't
that,
think any governor want to go and join the PC.
away from that, now let's quickly, we have 2 minutes to go. Let's quickly talk on the local government autonomy. We're seeing that governors are going as far as blocking chairmen from opening CBN accounts. The CBN called the local government chairman to come and open an account so they could send them their resources directly. And there's stringent account opening guidelines, and governors are really kicking against it. What's your take on this local government autonomy? How do you see all of this playing out? Real quick before we go.
Well, I don't know. The governors don't want this autonomy to work.
Indeed.
Because they make use of the local government money. I don't know why they are interested in that money, because they get a huge chunk of funds from the federation account. But their eyes are, let me put it that way, on the local government money. You know, even when this money is moved to the account of local councils, with commercial banks, the governors compel the local government chairman to withdraw the money, usually in cash, and take to government houses. You know, that happens in almost all the states. I don't know which any of the states where it doesn't happen. When the money is paid into the local government account directly, fine. But the local government chairman are compelled to remove that money in cash and take to governor's offices.
All right.
So it's not working. And I don't know the kind of confidence, you know, that the federal government, need to give to local government chairman. Because if you cannot look at the governor and say, look, I'm not giving you this money. If local government cannot do so, then it could not work. But if they will wake up and say, look, we are not giving you this money, and all of them agree, the worst is that they could be impeached if they don't know how to keep their house in order.
Indeed,
so I'm thinking that the local government chairman must stand up to the governors and say, no, we are not giving you this money.
We hope
have our
that is all going to play out. We hope that we have that grassroots governance that Nigeria deserves. But we wish we had more time to take more stories. We've fortunately run out of time this morning. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Theophilus. It's always good having you.
Thank you.
And to our listeners out there, I hope you've been able to pick something for our conversation. Let's do this again tomorrow. My name is Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.